Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull the energy for your person that's on your mind. I want to see what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're not telling you right now, and see what's going on with your energy. So if this popped up on your feed, this message is for you. If you are here because of the title, which I'm not even sure what that is yet, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot. I did bring out an oracle deck too. I brought out two. We'll see how the energy is and if we want to pull from those at the end. So we have Three of Cups, which is joy, celebration, friendships, friend groups. We have the Page of Cups, which is a love message, but we'll see if that comes out. So let's see. Be sure and like the video. Leave me a comment if you feel called to do so. Also subscribe. It does help my channel. Helps me to grow, but it also helps other people get the messages. So I would very much appreciate it. Again, we had that Three of Cups, which is joy, happiness. Could also represent a third party here. There could be a third party involved because they're thinking, we have the Three of Hearts, which is a loss. It is about heartbreak, sadness. There's some kind of grief going on with them. They may be thinking about healing and releasing that pain, but we have the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. So this could have involved a third party, and that doesn't have to be a person. It could be, maybe they chose work over you. Maybe they did choose another person over you. Maybe they chose money over you, right? Third parties can be various different things. Maybe they chose an addiction, some kind of substance addiction over you. But, they are very much in pain here and thinking about loss, separation. You guys could be in separation. They are feeling very intuitive, very in tune. There is this deep inner knowing that this is a spiritual connection. They are also feeling like communicating. The High Priestess is very much it's about secrets or like what's behind the veil. See, she's got like this veil back here behind her. So it's things hidden, things underlying, right? So it's like maybe no communication. They could be feeling like they need to communicate. Or that could be the heartbreak because you guys are not in communication. What they're not telling you, we have the Six of Wands. They do want victory here. They want recognition. Like they want you to see them in some type of way. It's also about pride. They could have let their pride get in the way here. I feel like that was a big thing for them. Again, because they placed you in like this third party. And yeah, they let their pride get in the way for some reason. And I think that they're starting to realize that. I think that they realize that their pride got in the way here. Their intentions, we have the Death card. So there is some kind of ending and new beginning coming in here. This is like a transformation. They could very much be going through some type of transformation or change, letting go of a third party, ending a third party, releasing something in order to move forward. Because with every ending comes a new beginning, right? So I definitely feel like there is an ending here. Their intentions are to end something and to release, let go. But we pull clarifiers, so we'll see what that is exactly. The energy moving forward, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. This is grounded and stable. It's not a fast moving energy, but it is a very grounded and stable energy, right? If you're building a business or building any kind of good relationship, you want the Knight of Pentacles. It's not my favorite for a love reading because it is very slow, but it's grounded, it's rooted, it's loyal, stable, and it's long lasting, right? It's not something that's just going to come in and leave just as quickly as it came in, right? It's something that is going to be built over time. And I just feel like this person is very loyal to you. And that could be because of that third party. They're going to, completely be loyal this time. And maybe that's something you need them to tell you. So what is this Three of Swords? What they're thinking, Spirit. The Moon. Yeah, there is. So the Moon is something like underlying, right? Something coming to light. It could have been something that came to light that was very heartbreaking for them, or this could be an underlying fear. This separation, and there is this fear of, losing you, or some kind of underlying like secrets. Again, we had that High Priestess, which is secrets. I feel like there was something that came to light that caused some type of heartbreak. Maybe they were keeping secrets from you. Again, with that pride. Clarify the High Priestess for what they're feeling, Spirit. Seven of Wands. Yeah. It's feeling defensive, and also with boundaries. Maybe they feel like you're being defensive. So this is like, standing up for yourself, standing up for your beliefs, but it's also about having boundaries and being very defensive. So they could feel very defensive. If you put them in a third party situation, maybe they feel defensive about it. Or maybe that's the pride part of this. They feel defensive because they kept secrets, right? Or not being in communication with you has them feeling very defensive because you put up boundaries. Again, with their pride and their ego, right? Clarify the Six of Wands for what they're not telling you, Spirit. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about like self-worth, self-efficiency. Nine of Pentacles is this energy of like being single and financially independent, being very stable, handling things on your own. But on the flip side of that, it can be, being unstable, being materially unstable or superficial, and being very guarded. Again, with the defensive and the guarded. Maybe that was their pride. They were just really guarded, and they just didn't tell you, right? Because this Six of Wands can really be about lack of self-confidence, feeling like a failure, and being very guarded. Maybe they were just afraid. This is like a fear, this underlying fear of losing you, and they're very guarded about that. Let's see. Clarify their intentions. So we have Five of Wands. Yeah, they're putting an end to some kind of competition or conflict here. Five of Wands is very much that clash of egos. Is what that makes me think of. That egotistical, what they're not telling you, their pride and being guarded. I feel like they're gonna put an end to that and really come to peace with that they let their ego get in the way, right? Overcoming whatever kind of conflict that they had. I feel like it's an internal conflict, and they're just very afraid of losing you because they were proud and guarded. They were probably just very guarded. And maybe they were just working all the time instead of spending time with you. Or again, this could have been a third party because they were afraid to, commit to you. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Moving forward, Spirit. Clarify moving forward. The Chariot. I mean, it's kind of conflicting energies because we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow, but then you have the Chariot, which is like moving forward very fast. So I feel like they themselves are grounded, stable, and loyal, and they do want to move things forward here. I feel like there just needs to be like something solid built, right? Like that trust. If this was like another person, this third party, and honestly, it doesn't have to be a third party. I just always see third party when I see 2 3s, but this could just be you guys in separation because of their pride, but you really are their happiness. You guys could be part of the same friend group, or you could work together. This is something about community and um, groups, right? Like friend group or work group events. So this could just be that you two are in separation and you really are their happiness, but they let pride get in the way. They were just being a jerk for whatever reason, right? You may know that, and it's a general reading, so you take it how it resonates. Maybe you know why they were being guarded and defensive here. They are feeling very defensive. Probably feeling a little defeated too. That 7 of Wands is about feeling defeated. Maybe because you're not in communication, maybe because you're in separation. So what's the blockage in this connection, Spirit? What is the block? King of Cups. This is like deep emotions. They're probably just freaking scared about their emotions. And they're too proud to admit that they want to stay single, or they wanted to stay single, right? And they let their pride get in the way because that's typical masculine energy, whether it's male or female. It is typical masculine energy. So it's kind of like a runner energy, right? Like their feelings scare the shit out of them, so they just took off. They could have abandoned you, or they could have, not expressed to you that they wanted to remain single, but there are very deep emotions here. They just have not expressed that to you. I feel like they're just scared of this connection. Let's see. What are their next actions towards the collective? Empress. So the Empress is like nurturing. It's that divine feminine. So I feel like they are going to express their emotions here. The Empress is very abundant. It's very sensual, creative, nurturing, fertile type of energy. So I definitely feel like they are going to let you know how they are feeling. And they really do want to nurture some kind of connection with you and move things forward. Let's see. What's the advice for the collective? Hierophants. Judgment. Dang. Justice. Dang. That's 3 majors. So we got the Hierophant, the Judgment, and Justice. I feel like this is something like you're learning some kind of lesson here about the truth and what you will accept, like awakening to this connection, but needing to like accept the truth, right? I just feel like this person is a big lesson for you. Like they taught you a lot, right, about who you are. Like this could very much be like some kind of soulmate twin flame that's here. Soulmates can be karmic, right? I feel like karmic gets a bad rap sometimes because people see it as a negative. Those are the people that teach you lessons. And I don't feel like soulmates are always meant to stay together, from high school till, 80. Like that's not, to me, that's not the norm. I feel like we've made that a norm as society, but I'm on my soapbox here. Anyway, this is about learning lessons and really self-reflecting and realizing, have you learned these lessons? And then with Justice, it's about being honest with yourself, but also accepting nothing but the truth here, right? So if this was a third party situation, then you need to be honest, or they need to be honest with you. But it's also about like learning those lessons and really balancing out and really like speaking your truth here, right? About the lessons that you've learned, speaking your truth to them or, just in general here. That's a really interesting combination. That's a very powerful combination. Very much that self-reflecting and learning. The Hierophant is all about that higher learning. This could have sent you through some kind of spiritual awakening, right? A lot of times people are catalysts for us to send us through some type of spiritual awakening, spiritual path. Yeah. So, I mean, I think ultimately it's just going to be up to you using your discernment on whether or not you're interested in moving forward with this person. I mean, they very much want to be loyal and move things forward and build something here with you. And that Empress is all about, growth, vitality, nurturing, feminine energy. So, if they were in their masculine energy and let their pride get in the way, now they kind of want to tap more into that feminine energy. So I feel like it's just going to be up to you to use your discernment on whether or not you want to move forward. This person is like a lesson for you. So we have conflicted decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. Yeah, again, with that third party, again, it doesn't have to be a person. I mean, you've got alcohol here. So that could have been it. Maybe they chose an addiction or they chose money, whatever this third party was. But it's also about like them needing to make the decision to move forward and end some kind of conflict, right? That death card and that Five of Wands, putting an end to that internal confliction because they are conflicted. But that's coming to an end for them. Mistakes, misunderstood, victim, lost soul. Yeah, so I definitely feel like they've made mistakes here. We have foundation, established family security. So again, with this Knight of Pentacles, building that solid foundation, they definitely want to come in and build something solid. But I feel like it's up to you to decide. Your advice is just, these lessons that have been learned and being honest with yourself. Is this somebody you want back in your life? And it is a general reading, so I think for each of you, it'll be different. Interesting. So we had ambivalent. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. I feel like that's for both of you. I feel like maybe that was their past energy. But again, with you learning lessons, is this someone you want back in your life? If you want love, is this what you want to let back in your life, right? Or should you move on to something new? And again, that's you using your discernment. So the Judgment card here is about reconciliations, but it's also about leaving the past behind, like learning those lessons, understanding what you've learned, leaving the past behind, and being honest with yourself here. Like, is this something you want back in your life? And if they've changed or ended things and they've healed, then that's something you can consider. But again, it's going to be up to each of you. So we have confusion. You don't know what you want, so you need clarity before you get involved. Yeah, maybe get clear, kind of, date or something. Like, again, it's up to you. But you've got confusion and like trying to figure things out here. So this has definitely been a confusing relationship or connection. Too busy. You use being busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. That could have been them in the past, being too busy. That could be you now telling them you're too busy to date. Again, take that how it resonates. But definitely feel like somebody's going to come in here. They want to move things forward, but I think it's going to be ultimately up to you. So I hope that message helped, and I will see you guys next time.